My new series, Weather Wednesday. So it's a trial, and if it gets at least 2 or 3 views, I'll make some more. Thank you and have a good day. In my last chat, I talked about the severity of storms, including the enhanced Fujita scale. And we also talked about the storm chasing, remember Jesse Gillett, that they called TVS? Now, TVS stands for Tornado Vortex Signature. It refers to a distant radar signature that indicates the presence of a rotating updraft within a thunderstorm. When meteorologists or storm chasers observe a TVS on radar, it suggests the potential for a tornado to form. It can be one of 5 colors. It could be a spinning green sign indicating rotation. Green, then yellow, then orange, red, and the most severe is pink. Now, this doesn't apply to any sort of EF rating right there. Like, just because it's a pink TVS doesn't mean it's an EF5. For all I care, these things could literally be fucking EF3. Many people forget that tornadoes have a wind field. It is that very point where you could be in danger of being sucked up. I'd rather ride a horse than ride a tornado for real, cause there's a lot of debris spinning around that motherfucker, and you can be hit by anything from the smallest of objects, probably causing scars, to large objects severely injuring and even sending you to Princess Celestia herself. The tornado is a fierce predator, catching prey up to the thousands. And I am also referring to the inanimate debris. Storm chasers are doing a suicide mission at this point when they're intercepting a tornado, but they don't have to use the mesonet, they could just use the probes. If you don't know, a probe is not something that extraterrestrials are gonna put in your ass. At least in storm chasing context. It's a type of device that would have a camera for footage of the storm as well as an anemometer that measures the wind speed of the cyclone or the tornado. The more wind speeds they get, the more money they make. It's also easier to use and doesn't require an intercept head on. You can just intercept it using the probes, like having a mesonet on your storm chasing car. Have you ever seen the TIV 2 or the Dominator? You were the Dominator 3. There are the Dominator series. The Dominator 1 is based on a modified 2007 Chevrolet Tahoe. Bulletproof sheet metal, transparent Lexan armor, safety harnesses. While not designed for direct interception, it got as close to tornadoes as possible. Dom 2 was a modified 2011 GMC Yukon XL. It sustained engine damage during a chase and remains inoperable. The Dominator 3 was built from a 2013 Ford F-350 Super Duty, and it's armored to withstand EF5 tornadoes up to 200 miles per hour. Reed Timmer and his team use it to get close as humanly possible toward tornadoes. A TIV-2 or a tornado intercept vehicle featured in the show Storm Chasers was designed by atmospheric scientist Josh Wurman. It's a tank-like vehicle that allowed storm chasers to deploy instruments close to tornadoes. He's another storm chaser. He raced alongside Wurman in his SRV Dominator. The probe truck, where they put the probe that they call the Dorothy in the back. This was inspired by The Wizard of Oz and was also put in the movie Twister. But it's not all sunshines and rainbows for these cars, because storm chasing is definitely not pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. But there is at least some point where the Tornado Intercept Vehicle 2 and the Dominator 3 can't survive in a tornado. With the TIV, you need 170 mile per hour winds. You only need like 150 to start sliding. For it to get lofted, Dominator cannot survive after 220. Basically, it was made for EF5 tornadoes. What do storm chasers do if they find themselves in the event where they actually got lofted? Hold on, stay calm, protective posture, monitor instruments, pray for quick descent, and document the experience. If time allows, or if the tornado allows. Because honestly, no. Because you also have to risk the vehicle breaking and glass flying everywhere while they're in the goddamn tornado. You have to eat the shit sandwich when you are tornado chasing. Chasers hope their specially designed vehicles hold up under extreme forces. Reinforced structures and safety features are very critical. The risk of shattered glass is significant. Some chasers wear helmets and protective gear to shield themselves against flying debris. Collecting data is essential, but safety takes center stage here. Chasers must strike a delicate balance between science and survival. You better hope for a quick descent and a safe landing back onto the ground. I really don't know what's worse, tornado chasing or hurricane chasing. Meanwhile, we're talking about hurricane chasing. You need to localize what kind of storm it's likely to be. A EF0 tornado, for example, does minor damage, usually breaking sticks off of trees and taking a few shingles or siding off of homes. They have some maximum sustained winds of 65 to 85 miles per hour. In an EF1 tornado, trees could be uprooted or snapped, and homes could lose a few of their roofs or all of their shingles. In the event of an EF2, a tree could be uprooted and a mobile home would lose its exterior and roof foundation. A well-built home would experience breaks in the roof. The maximum sustained winds are 110 to 135 miles per hour. An EF3 tornado, a large tree can be uprooted. Some trees can be brutally debarked. Mobile homes might be completely wrecking balled, with only a few rooms remaining, and well-built homes might have their windows blown out and their entire roof be destructed completely. Only the interior remains. But to get to an EF4, god damn, all trees will be uprooted, debarked, and the homes will be unrecognizable. There might only be a few structures remaining of well-built homes, but mobile homes will no longer exist in the event of an EF4. This is gonna be fun. EF5 tornadoes. Trees will no longer exist in the path of an EF5 tornado. Not even with well-built homes will they be standing. The entire foundation's only left with the floor. And as for the mobile homes, yeah, you can kiss their goodbye if they were in the path. If you do end up getting lofted by a tornado, then you'll have to take some precautions. Make sure you're keeping your head safe at all times. You're going to sustain injuries. It's inevitable because there's a ton of debris. Protect your brain and eyes from the debris, because if your eyes get hit, if you do survive, you will go blind. Pray that it just throws you away like a piece of trash. But also pray that you don't land on something hard, because that can subtract you from the United States Census. You want to land in at least a few inches of water or some fluffy place like the grass or even the haystack, and piss off the farmer. If you do survive, call 911 immediately, because you will have injuries and they are going to get infected if you don't do anything. Sometimes there will be a process as some of them go through. Say there's about to be an EF3 tornado near Town A. Both Chaser X and Chaser Y are nearby. Chaser X will put down probes around the city, and Chaser Y will try to detect and direct others to safety. After the storm, they would get emergency services and NWS employees to help the injured. The National Weather Service scouts would rate the damages and Assess what kind of tornado it is. You can also deploy using the TIV and the Dominator, like spikes and anchors, weighted chassis, low center of gravity, mesonet deployment, and much more. But the protection won't last long. At night, the tornadoes are even worse because you can't see shit. The tornado is the owl and you are the mouse and you can't hear the owl, and when it lofts you, boom, it's got talons straight deep inside. Pause. I can't believe I'm asking this, but if a tornado hits your area at night, where the hell are you gonna sleep? Before storm chasers even chase, you have to check the thermodynamics. It shows the type of risk you have for severe weather. There are 5 types, or 6. You have TSTM, heavy thunderstorms, marginal risks of thunderstorms, slight risk, enhanced risk, moderate risk, and finally a high risk. Tornadoes can spawn frequently or less frequently, strong or weak, depending on the temperature and the humidity that we like to call CAPE. Sorry, my thing cut out. So, where was I? With risks, tornadoes can spawn frequently or less frequently, strong or weak, depending on the temperature and the humidity that we like to call CAPE. Especially with violent tornadoes, you would have 3 CAPE. PWAT means precipitable water, and it basically tells how much rain is going to fall. And if you have low PWAT, it means you'll have more photogenic tornadoes and lightning strikes. But if it's high, you're in a more dangerous situation because the tornadoes will be rain wrapped and you can't see shit. And significant tornado parameter and violent tornado parameter is the basic parameters like this. STP combines with wind shear, instability, and lift. Higher STP correlates with increased tornado potential. VTP, vertical totals parameter. Elevated VTP values enhance tornado chances. You also have surface relative humidity, and then you also have to play a part with the humidity and temperature as well. Those are what storm chasers call thermodynamics. They'll be studying weather forecasts in many areas where severe risk is prevalent and the day before they venture towards the area where it might have severe weather, depending on which state they're coming from. Some storm chasers are also responsible for reporting touchdowns and sending some footage about these tornadoes to the National Weather Service so that they can warn these tornadoes. By giving the details, it would help to warn the tornadoes based off where the actual they are. Some may be a tornado warning that would be accompanied with rotation or just after a touchdown. Regular as tornado warnings. Then you have PDS tornado warnings where a storm could be EF4 or higher in a tornado emergency. It is the rarest out of the 4 and mainly accompanies major cities where there are mostly EF5 tornadoes. There are 2 types of tornado warnings. The source can either be radar indicated most commonly, or it could be observed by a passerby or a storm chaser. Radar indicated tornado warnings are more common than the observed ones. The last tornado warning observed I saw back in 2021, but it doesn't matter because it's just a source. It's the same level of danger, bruh. You won't even get the passive treatment if you're watching TV because some channels will interrupt their programming for a tornado warning after the National Weather Service puts it out. Well, that's the end of today's video, and do comment if you do love these types of days. Then if it reaches the goal, I'll do it every Wednesday. Okay? Peace, guys. I love you.